this is a huge shock. Shock in the sense that we didn't believe that the desperation to affirm the election of President Muhammad Buhari can get to this level. And if I borrow the words President Muhammad Buhari used in 2007, this is ridiculous, this is a joke, this is shocking and devastating to the quest of Nigerian people to have a true deliberation and argument on this matter to help not just deepen our electoral process, but our rule of law. You all were here when we raised the concern with the method the president adopted in removing the former Chief Justice of the Federation, Justice Walter Onnoghen. We said it was for a day like this. And we made it very clear that the president knew from day one that he doesn't stand a chance of winning a free and fair election. He knew from day one that he was going to write the result of the election. And the first thing he did was to go after the judiciary to be able to impose his own Chief Justice of the Federation. And you are aware of the court order we had restraining him from even swearing Justice Tanko Mohammed. But he went ahead and did it. And we said it clearly that it was for a day like this. And all of you were here when we released a list of justices that were about to sit on this appeal. About 4 or 5 of them were sitting on that panel. We asked that he stick to the order of seniority, which is having the 7 most senior justices of the Supreme Court to sit on this appeal. And we said because they know that majority of the people on that order of seniority will not be part of an abracadabra. What did we get in return? The Supreme Court attacked us back, calling us all sorts of names, instead of assuring Nigeria that this place will continue to be the last hope of the common man. And all of you were here when we raised the alarm that we filed a petition for almost for 2-3 weeks. They have not set up the panel to hear our case. You are aware of the alarm we raised a few days ago that we have 14 days to the expiration of our case. And when are they going to have the time to judiciously look at our case? They rushed that same day and said that the matter will be heard on Wednesday. So that on Wednesday, Nigerian people will see the members of the panel. Because they even know that on the issue of composition of the panel, it will be an issue of national contention. And then what did they do? As Nigerian people were still sleeping, they have not even gotten up from the sleep. They have not even seen the members of the panel. Not only they say they have had the matter, but they have arrived at a judgment in a matter of 40, 50 seconds. And I ask you, what kind of judgment can that be? Can this solve the key issues of laws that have been raised? Or have they announced a predetermined position so that they can go back and then write and give justification on how they arrived at this decision today? Why the rush? We are raising this alarm that we had almost 14 days to the expiration of the time to hear this appeal. And all of a sudden they had the appeal. They didn't even allow our people to make serious argument on those issues, as if they said the mind was already made up. And you heard when they said that they have been looking at our case in the last 2 weeks. So even before the panel was set up, they have already come to a conclusion what will be the decision today. We weep, not because we lost today, but because they have sent a message loud and clear to Nigerian people that whatever means you want to use to win an election, and anybody who wants to challenge you to Supreme Court can go ahead and waste his time. They have finally told Nigeria it's a waste of time coming to the Supreme Court, because the expectation of Nigerian people on this matter have not been met. We were basically told, go to hell. And this judgment is a shock to us because we couldn't believe that things can get to this kind of level. We don't accept it. It's turning off the law and the method upside down. And going by the fact that we have raised the concern that we do not agree to Justice Tanko Mohammed composing a panel that is in breach of order of seniority. And then all of a sudden, you went ahead and composed a panel that is in breach of order of seniority and appointed even the justices from the hometown of the president into the panel, including some of them that, and the one from Borno related to an APC former senator. And then all of a sudden, in 2 hours, they have arrived at a judgment. And I borrowed the 90% of that. And I borrowed the words of President Muhammad Buhari in 2007 in saying that this is ridiculous, this is a joke, it's unacceptable. And the Supreme Court to tell Nigeria they don't care about public perception to do what they did today, just to keep one man in office. Not like the one man have been so excellent in governance. This man has brought high level of incompetence and desecration to institutions of governance. And today they have told us, armed with the institutions of state that they have captured, they can keep him in office, even if it means Nigerian people dying, they don't care. So whatever happens from here today to Nigerian people, in terms of insecurity, in terms of economic crisis, they should always know that it is the decision the Chief Justice of the Federation did today that is behind it. So it's a sad day for us, not just only for the opposition, but for the entire Nigerian people. And we are weeping profusely for this.